There's a moment every gardener has when they look at their struggling soil and wonder what tiny change could finally wake it up. And here's the hook that might surprise you. The secret to reviving your soil's hidden universe may already be sitting in your kitchen. But only one of these common ingredients actually sparks life, while the other can quietly shut everything down. Today on Crop Corner, we're pulling back the curtain on the real story behind vinegar versus baking soda and what truly wakes up the soil beneath your feet. Your soil is not just a place where roots sit. It's a living world brimming with bacteria, fungi, protozoa, nematodes, and earthworms working non-stop to turn organic matter into nutrients your crops crave. This underground ecosystem is sensitive, responsive, and deeply affected by pH shifts. Even the smallest push toward acidic or alkaline conditions can change everything. If the balance tilts too far, your soil life can burst into activity or fall silent like a switched-off engine. That's exactly why understanding how vinegar and baking soda actually interact with soil is so important. Both carry power, but the difference between them is dramatic. Vinegar has earned a reputation as either a miracle worker or a complete menace, depending on who you ask. But the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Vinegar is simply acetic acid, strong enough to change soil chemistry within minutes. Used in a gentle, diluted form, it can act like a temporary wake-up call for your soil's microbial community. A light touch of acidity can release locked-up nutrients such as calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, nutrients that become stubbornly unavailable in compacted or alkaline soil. When these minerals loosen up, microbes get the food they need to kick into gear, and that's when gardeners notice a burst of new growth and activity. But vinegar has a dark side. When used full strength or in heavy amounts, it becomes a soil sterilizer. Concentrations above 5% can burn microbial colonies, damage worms, and scorch root surfaces. Imagine pouring something close to acid rain right onto your garden bed. That's what overly strong vinegar does. The difference between helping and harming is all in the dilution. For crop corner growers who want to experiment safely, here's the soil-friendly measurement that actually works. Mix 2 tablespoons of white vinegar in 1 liter of clean water, stir well, and apply as a light drench no more than once every 3 weeks. This amount gently lowers the pH in the root zone, just enough to unlock nutrients without burning the delicate life beneath the surface. Always make sure the soil is already moist before applying the mixture. Dry, heat-stressed soil reacts sharply to acidity, and even a mild vinegar solution can cause microbial die-off under harsh conditions. If vinegar brings acidity, then baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, pushes your soil in the opposite direction. It's alkaline, which means it raises pH. There are times when this can help, especially if your soil runs too acidic or smells sour from anaerobic conditions. A slight lift in pH can restore balance and bring relief to microbes stressed by excess organic acids. But while vinegar can energize soil life with a small jolt, baking soda is more of a calming agent. It doesn't spark new microbial bursts, it simply reduces acidic pressure. The problem comes when baking soda is used carelessly. The vast majority of beneficial microbes thrive between pH 6 and 7. When baking soda pushes the soil above 7.5, microbial engines begin to slow. Enzymes stop working efficiently. Nutrient cycling drags. Organic matter decomposition nearly stalls. Worse yet, baking soda contains sodium, and too much sodium is one of soil's biggest enemies. Over time, it leads to salt buildup, causing soil particles to bind together and harden. Water struggles to penetrate, roots have trouble breathing, and the soil becomes lifeless. If you're dealing with an overly acidic bed and you want to correct it without harming your soil food web, use this safe baking soda mix. Just add 1 teaspoon of baking soda to 1 liter of water, mix it thoroughly, and apply it lightly across the garden bed. This small dose buffers acidity without contributing harmful levels of sodium, but treat this as an occasional adjustment, not a repeated habit. A little baking soda helps. Too much turns your fertile ground into a salty, compacted crust. Now the question every gardener wants answered is this: between vinegar and baking soda, which one truly wakes up soil life? The honest answer depends on your soil's starting point, but for most gardeners, vinegar, when used correctly, comes out ahead. A slight acidic shift releases trapped nutrients, encourages beneficial bacterial activity, and boosts decomposition. It acts like a mild alarm clock for the soil community, nudging microbes into action and improving nutrient flow to the roots. Baking soda, on the other hand, is more of a tool for restoring equilibrium. It doesn't energize microbes, it simply relieves acidic stress. In beds heavy with compost or poor drainage, where organic acids accumulate and the soil smells sour, baking soda can help reset the environment. But if your soil is alkaline, compacted, or struggling, a gentle vinegar rinse will do far more to activate the living network underneath. But here's the secret most gardeners overlook. Vinegar and baking soda alone cannot compensate for depleted soil. They don't feed microbes, they only adjust their environment. The real fuel for soil life comes from organic matter. Compost, mulch, and worm castings provide the carbon and nutrients microbes rely on. Without them, even the best balanced soil chemistry won't bring life back. Think of vinegar and baking soda as tuning tools, not the whole orchestra. Used sparingly and thoughtfully, they help fine-tune your soil's conditions. Used recklessly, they silence the very life you're trying to protect. So here's your final takeaway today on Crop Corner. To wake up your soil life, a properly diluted vinegar mix is the better choice for stimulating microbial activity and unlocking nutrients, especially in alkaline soils. Baking soda has its place, but it acts more as a stabilizer for acidic soils and must be used with far greater caution to avoid harming soil structure. If you've tried either of these in your own garden, share your experience below. I'd love to hear how your soil responded. And if this deep dive helped you understand what's really going on beneath your feet, make sure to subscribe, like, and share so more growers can unlock the hidden magic in their soil. Your garden will never look the same once you understand what truly wakes up the life beneath it.